It's that time of the month again, folks. Solar stats. Glorious day today. I don't know if you can hear the crickets making a row. Oh yes, lovely. The Hobbit's out of work today, so I've been on the computer. I've worked out all my sums. So let's get to it. So the month of April, we generated 242.6 kilowatt hours of electric on our solar system, and we imported 45 kilowatt hours from EDF. So that's come down quite a bit since we've had the solar set up. Now our bill for EDF of the month of April is €25. Now only €8 of that is electric we've used. The rest of it is a standing order. So if I take that into account, the electricity that we generated ourselves for April is €43. So it's not bad, not bad. Now March was 228.7, so, and that was our record month, but so April is our record month now. So I'm not going to drag this video out too long, but I will just address a few points. I've had people making suggestions and asking questions, this, that and the other. The first one is the immersion heater. A lot of people keep saying you should utilise your solar power and get your immersion heater on it. We already have done. Our water tank is plumbed in. It's wired up to the solar system. In France, they plug into the wall with a big fat plug. Now we're a bit selective about when we plug it in and plug it, and unplug it. What we tend to do is a day like today, we'll leave the solar system charging the batteries up and try and get the batteries up to 100%. Round about sort of lunchtime, the solar on the 6 panels we've got is enough to power most of the loads in our house. So if we use my oven, that's 2 kilowatts. If we throw the kettle on, that's 2 kilowatts. The immersion water heater is 2 kilowatts. Obviously, if we put them all on together at the same time, it would probably trip the inverter and it would change back to grid because the inverter is only 5 kilowatts. But we can have 2 of those on at the same time. We average sort of about between 2,000 and 2,300 watts midday here. So that's enough to power any of those. So we tend to, our lifestyle has changed a little bit. We tend to have our main meal at lunchtime where we can use the oven. If we're cooking on the hob, we'll have our main meal at night time. It doesn't matter to us either way. We're not setting a routine where we've got to have our meals at certain times of the day. So when it comes to the hot water, once the batteries are up to almost 100% and we've done all our cooking midday, we'll plug the water heater back in. Now if we can do that every day, that powers up for about an hour and a half a day. With washing up, showers and stuff like that. If it's cloudy or rainy and we're not getting a lot of solar, we'll unplug that because obviously that just draws out the battery and we want to be saving the battery for other things. But it's a 200 litre water tank and it does stay warm for a while, a couple of days. It's not as efficient as some of these newer ones that, are really good. But, so yes, we do utilise the immersion heater, the immersion water heater. So that's that one cleared up. Next question I'm getting asked a lot is solar panels. How long will they take to pay back? Now there's 2 trains of thought on this. There's the CO2 footprint and there's the monetary value. Well, monetary value so far, we've spent €4,500 on our system so far. We are going to add to it, so that will be going up. But at the moment, 6 panels and the frame, inverter, 2 batteries, and all the bits and pieces in there, €4,500. At current prices, it's going to take us about 8 years to see a return on what we've paid out. That's just going on the price of electric. Now, if we can do away with EDF, that'll do away with the standing order. Now, I believe that's €17 a month. I think our tariff, because we're on 12 kilowatts coming in, it's about €209 a year, something like that. So we can do away with that, and then that'll be an extra that the system will be paying for that we don't have to pay out to EDF. Then you've got the carbon side of things, and whether people are hinting towards this more than the monetary value. Obviously, everything that we buy or we bring to the house, you go out to the shops and you buy something, you bring it home. Everything that we have got has a carbon footprint. Now, it's all a bit of a new thing, really. In the last few years, people have been concerned about carbon footprints, this, that, and the other. Everything's always had a carbon footprint, but I can't really get a definite answer as to how much CO2 is produced in making a solar panel. You've got the mining of the ore and the minerals, you've got the manufacturing process, and then you've got your transportation. What they do say, a general rule of thumb, is running the solar panels between they should be carbon neutral between 1 to 3 years. That depends on your location and your setup, how much power you're generating and all that kind of thing. It's a bit of a touchy subject. I'm not going to get into it too much on this channel. If people are interested, I'll do something over on the Mad Dog Farm channel with the CO2 business. I've got my thoughts on it, and let's just leave it at that. Now, when it comes to the batteries, obviously they're lithium, so lithium has got to be mined. That's the CO2 expenditure. The processing, the manufacturing, and the transportation. I don't know about that, how long or how much, because there's not really a lot online. I mean, I probably could find it, but I'm not spending days searching for what is and what isn't. So the main reason we went for solar, we wanted to be, yes, we want to do our little bit. The power that we're going to generate isn't going to be nuclear, fossil fuels or anything like that. Yes, there is a carbon footprint for the stuff that we've bought, but we should, with the solar panels, we should, it says a general rule of thumb 1 to 3 years. So if we said 2 years, then those panels are going to be carbon neutral. That's all well and good. If we were still buying it from EDF, EDF is 79% nuclear, fossil fuels, and they do have renewables, it says on their website, but we wanted to be independent from the grid. And also, if you're connected to the grid, there's that control aspect, isn't there? As I say, I'm not going to go down that route on this video. This is Ben's Garage. He's all happy and jolly on this channel. I'll do it on one of the other channels. If anyone's interested, I'll do a bit more of an in-depth video of what we both think, and I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, we're independent. We are still tied to the grid. That's just for emergencies and the main oven. We've got one socket in the kitchen that's still on the grid, which I think we're going to leave on the grid for the time being until we get our solar system a bit larger. That is the plan. Now the Hobbit's back at work, we can hopefully a bit more regular work. We can then order the new 4 more panels. I think that's pretty much the maximum that we can get on this inverter, on that string. On the inverter we can do up to 450 volts open circuit. So another 10 panels in total. I think we could put another string in series and parallel them up. As long as you don't go over 6,000 watts input and 450 open voltage, we should be right. But I believe that with another 4 panels that would give us enough power. Batteries will be charged by about 11 o'clock in the morning. It gives us enough time then during the day to use the power, and that is the plan, as I always keep saying. And I think that's pretty much all the questions answered. So if you've got any questions about our solar system setup, this, that and the other, drop us a question in the comment section below. And that's probably about it for this video. Look forward to Friday's video. That is the bedding in procedure for the parking brake shoes on the Range Rover. That's coming up on Friday. So we'll catch you on Friday. Bye for now.